One thing that always shocked me when I heard it was the issue that both Gorbachev and Jefferson referenced the same number when they referred to causing a revolution. In Gorbachev's case, it was perestroika. Jefferson's case, it was the American Revolution. And they both said the same thing. The revolution tipped into gear with a sense of urgency upon 5% of the thinking population aligning their thinking around the revolution. 5% of the thinking population. I think we're at that tipping point now. I think 5% of the thinking population, certainly in Europe, but now in the United States, is saying, there's no reason my child should be getting endocrine disruption from some toy. There's no reason I should be walking through an office building in a place that could subject me to dioxins or plasticizers that are untoward to my health. It doesn't make sense because we've been able to design them without all that. And once it exists, it's possible. So they know it's now possible. Why should they have to tolerate this kind of bad design? That's how we see it. It's just bad design. And then the question becomes the one of intention, is what is our intention as a species? If we intend to destroy the planet, we're doing great. Right? If we tend to fill the oceans with plastics. If you just look at the carbon dioxide question, it's not a question of not having enough energy. We have plenty of energy. They just found all this natural gas in the East. I mean, that's not the question at all. The question is a material question, not an energy question. We have carbon in the wrong place. There's nothing wrong with carbon. It's when it's in the wrong place, it's carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. That's a huge mistake. We have carbon in the oceans causing carbonic acid. 43% of the anthropogenic carbon that produced by humans since 1850 is now in the oceans. And the pH level has dropped from 8.2 to 8.06, and we're expecting by end of century it'll be at 7.9. At 7.9 pH, the calcium carbonate goes into solution, and we dissolve the coral reefs and destroy the bottom of the food chain. So if we intend to destroy our planet and our food supply, and change the climate, and toxify rivers, and fill the oceans with plastic, if that's our intention, if that's our design, then we are strategically tragic as a species. And I think enough thinking people realize that when you're strategically tragic, it's time for a strategy of change. And we need a strategy of hope. And that's what Cradle to Cradle represents, is a strategy of hope. Because we need a way to celebrate 9 billion people on the planet without destroying it. And the only way to do that is to be able to share abundance, not fight over limits.